Hi kids, it's Pastor Emmy and it's time for Bible Stories with Pastor Emmy at KingsWord London. Don't forget, we're reading from the Bible story book, God's Love for You. And today we're going to be going on to the story of Joshua and the Battle of Jericho. All right, this is based on Joshua chapter 6. After Moses died, Joshua became the leader of the Hebrew people. By then, God had taken them to the land he had promised Abraham long ago. Now the people needed to capture Jericho, a powerful city with a big, thick wall around it. How would the Hebrews get into the city, much less conquer it? They couldn't go over the wall. They couldn't go through the wall. They certainly couldn't go under the wall. But God had a plan. Joshua, God said, "This is how I want you to capture Jericho. Take the people and march around the city once a day for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry horns. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times. When the horn blasts, have the people shout and the wall will collapse." Walk around the city, shout. How could that make the wall fall down? The people of Jericho would stand on the wall and make fun of them. Even though God's instructions seemed crazy, Joshua told the people to follow them anyway. And that's just what they did. Once a day for 6 days, Joshua led the people around the walls of Jericho. There was no sound except the stomp, stomp, stomp of their feet and the loud blare of the priest's horns. The people of Jericho must have wondered what on earth the Hebrews were doing. They would soon find out. On the 7th day, the Hebrews marched around the city just as they had the previous 6 days. But this time, they didn't stop. They went around Jericho again and again and again, 7 times. Then the priest gave one final loud blast on their horns. The Hebrews shouted, and the big wall around Jericho crumbled to the ground. The Hebrews rushed in and captured the city. Sometimes it may seem that God is asking you to do something crazy. But if he asks you to do it, and you are sure God asked you to do it, take him seriously and obey, even if others tease or make fun of you. Now, it's happened to me before that God has asked me to do something that others thought was crazy, but I did it anyway. And when they saw the result, they became more confident that God had asked me to do it. Sometimes people will not become confident until they see the fruits of your obedience or the results of your actions. So don't worry if they don't believe at first. They will come around. Now, for today's trivia, I'm going to tell you a few things about the country Vietnam. Did you know there are 33 million motorbikes in Vietnam? 33 million. Amazing. Gongs, not bells, are used to call children to class in Vietnam schools. And finally, Vietnamese people use fishing poles to fish for lizards. I didn't say fish, lizards. And it's more popular than fishing for fish. I'm sure you've had a great time listening to Pastor Emmy today. Remember, if you've got questions, tell mommy and daddy to ask Pastor Emmy. All right then, have a lovely day. Bye there. Bye.